Your piece of the gods. I love myself. Open your eyes so I can see. Got you all in chat. Rim God, Sun God, Army Ra-Atum, Yasman, Tesla, cleanest planet up. The Goa'uld, the Netaru, we in the building, most definitely. The G.I.N, most definitely. You feel me? 3 is free. You know, Shadawan, Yahama, Mashah, Elohim, Yahshua, Yahweh. We in the building, most definitely. Shout out to the Anunnaki. Shout out to the reptilians. Shout out to everybody on the planet, most definitely. You feel me? Mother God, Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, you feel me? Most definitely. The Metanator, we in the building, most definitely, you feel me? 3 is free, most definitely. You know, this is the G.I.N podcast chapter. This is the G.I.N episode 6, Transcend podcast. G.I.N episode 6, most definitely. Coming to y'all live in the rec, you feel me? G.I.N stand for abbreviation, God's imagination. We in the building, most definitely, you feel me? You know, we got to do it for the 3, man. We got to push the 3, man. We are the source. We are the dreamer. We are the observers of this reality. You feel me? Nothing can get more higher and deeper than this. Okay, in this video right here, I'm letting y'all know this, that nothing matters but the source. This video is going to be about the Tropics, the difference between the Tropics and the Subtropics. Okay. We in a simulation right now. We in a holographic projection. This is the holographic projection. This is a simulation. Everything that you see is holographic imagery. We might see people walking around with a body, but everybody that walking around a body in God's dream, in God's imagination, might not be real because they might be NPCs, MK Ultra, mind control. They might not be real people, but we see them day to day. The people that you portal back into this reality out of might not be even real people either. They might be, they might not be. But it's life is all about life is not about what you do. It's all about how the way you do it and how the way you make it out to be. Because to a certain degree, we do create our own reality, but you gotta understand when you tap into the observer effect and you start having a lucid dream and you start going deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself, deep meditations, deeper and deeper into your thoughts, and have out-of-body experience, and you start as your projection, right? You can see similarities, right? You can see a similar reality, no different than this reality, right? And you see it look the same way, right? And you see the same people in a whole nother reality, and you start seeing these visions, you start having a velvet dreams, right? Right? And you start seeing other realities compared to this reality to give you keys and give you like similarities and answers. And when you actually project and you see yourself in a whole nother reality with a whole nother body walking around, it's quantum. This shit is quantum. This shit is metaphysics. But you gotta understand, when we speaking to people based on our genetics, epigenetics. You know, I'm speaking to you genetically. I'm speaking to you based on my genetics. You feel me? That's why I'm speaking to you. So based on my genetics, it's determined how I'm articulating and how I'm getting the information out. Oh shit, I forgot to have my own. You feel me? You feel me? Hold up. My bad, y'all. I forgot to have my onk in my hand. You feel me? Every time when I do videos, I gotta have my onk. You feel me? Because I gotta block off any low vibrational thought forms, any negative energy around me, any vibration that's around me. I gotta stay focused. Reflection, we gotta stay focused and shit like that. So it's very important to do anything that you can to always stay focused when you getting the messages out or pushing 3. You feel me? You know, pushing my art, whatever the case may be. You feel me? The key to life, the own. So I'm letting y'all know this right now is that the subtropics and the tropics. The subtropics is basically what I portal back into, right? You know, based on my past life experience, based on me not passing the ascension and coming back into this reality with a whole nother body and experience this shit again. And life is predestined. You feel me? And I'm letting people know, like, the subtropics would be kind of like in North America where we at right now. You feel me? Or whatever. We not closest to we not that close to the equator, but some parts of America is closer to the equator between the tropical Cancer and the tropical Capricorn. But we gotta understand that this is a holy land. This is the land of the free. This is a holy land. You know, the subtropics is the land of the free. This is a holy land. And in the subtropics, it's more pyramids and less volcanoes in America than any other place. Every other continent, every other country got less pyramids, and it got more volcanoes and more natural disasters that's going on, and more strict rules and boundaries, and just a lot of crazy chaotic stuff that's going on. But in the tropics, most of our food is getting transported to the subtropics, because you gotta understand, the heart of the heart of the planet, is in North America. You gotta understand, the heart of what we do affects everybody else, because all the black melanated, nerd-melanated people, right, are in North America. We the original people is all, most of the original people is in North America. So what we do, whatever we do, nature is doing. So we basically the superheroes, right? We basically the heroes for humanity. That's why the most intelligent, smart scholars and most intelligent gods and deities, whatever you want to call it, will be in North America. Why do everybody from other countries is trying to come to North America? You want to know why? It's because they know that whatever we doing, nature is doing. So if we don't stop, if we don't try to protect the planet, everything outside the United States of America is going to be wiped away and going to be fucking destroyed. And the reason why, you know, in combination, imagination, imagination, the reason why we went to the tropics is because we wanted to get activated. We want to activate our genetics. We want to activate our ancient genetics that's lying dormant inside our body. But we already got opened up our third eye, our pineal gland, right? You feel me? So by connecting with the sun and by connecting with the self-tropics and stuff, right? Never forget what you come from. When you start waking up, realize this, recognize, right? So when we start waking up, right, and we start going through that woken phase, and when our first stage, we wake up, right? When we wake up, we consciously aware of what's going on around us, right? And then when we go through that woken phase, that's when we start connecting more with our subconscious mind, right? And start trying to be part of something, enjoying something, and stand for something. And then the third final stage is our spiritually awakening phase. It's when we connect with the source to this reality, and our journey has come to an end when we connect with the source to this reality and shit like that. And we just living in truth and serving our purpose once we connect back to the source to this reality and go back into the void, which all life all originated from, the void. The void is our most balanced self, divinity, us becoming a hermaphrodite. But that's all that matters, is us just being in the void. The more we connected to the source and the more we be in the void, the more we would understand what we should do, how we should go about things, how should we understand what's going on with natural disasters and everything around us. But the reason why we went to the tropics is just to activate our genetic, to activate our ancient genetics that's lying dormant inside of us, activate our genetic code. You feel me? Our genetic source code that is within us. So we did become deities once we went to the tropics, because it was a more controlled environment. It was more sustainable environment for us to heal properly and be more in tune with nature more comfortably. But life is not about you coming here to enjoy life, to be happy and have fun all the time. Life is not about that. Life is all about you being tested. Every day in your life, you're going to be tested. You're going to go through obstacle courses. New level, new devil. How Chief teaches us. New level, new devil. So I be telling people all the time, when Okay, it's if all of us, if all melanated people, carbonated people, all go to the tropics, right? Just be real with me. Is it going to fix everything? That's running. You running from yourself. How can you run from your lower self? How can you fix yourself if you running from the lower self? You got to face the lower stuff. You got to conquer your demons. You got to face your demons. Anywhere you go, there you are dealing with self. Babylon is everywhere. So what is we running to? We went to the tropics not to run. We went to the tropics to heal and activate our genetic source code and to activate our genetic ancient genes that was lying dormant inside of us, so we can get back to living indigenous again, get back to our ancestral roots again, to know that we are natives to this land and we the original indigenous people of this land. You feel me? And we the original Kemetic people of the Nile River. You feel me? We the ones that build the pyramids and this architecture. You feel me? That's what we here to get back into. We're modern nation. We here to we're modern nation, imagination. We here to, to convict the weak and to collect the elite. You feel me? We're not here to save humanity. We're here to save God's chosen people. This message is for God's chosen people. And for anybody that got an ear, let them hear. That's all we here to do. So when people begin confused and people be like, oh, should we go back to the tropics? Oh, some shit about to go down. Oh, I'm tired of being here. You in lostness. That's your lower self. You in your lower self. You can't keep thinking in your lower self. You got to have positive thoughts, positive affirmations, high vibrational affirmations. Don't worry about if it's don't worry about believing if it's something is 100% true or not. Just know that it exists. It exists because it's happening. It's finite. It's happening. It's happening. It's finite. It's fractal. It's fractal. It's finite. Life is predestined. We in the happening. But don't kill yourself in the moment. Don't destroy yourself in the moment. Don't go into your lower self at the moment. Every second, every minute of the day, of the hour, you got to remain in your higher self. You got to remain connected to the source. Any low vibrational thought forms, any blockages that you are having in, any squares or blockages that you are having in, any doubts, any you overthinking things, you just going back to your lower self. You disconnecting from the source. You disconnected from the void. You feel me? You gotta always be in the void. You gotta always be in your higher self. You feel me? The Subtropics is the most safest place in America. Even though we might think it's an unnatural environment. How nothing is not natural. I mean, everything is natural. My bad. Nothing is unnatural for it. Everything is part of nature. How can something be unnatural if it's a part of nature? How can something truly be unnatural if it exists? It exists. It exists. But we truly do. But we made up 99.99 empty space. We truly doesn't exist. Only time we exist is when we go back into the void. Only time we exist is we have high vibrational thought forms. So we think that if all neuromelanated people, right, all original indigenous people of this land in North America, all moved to the South America and Central America, all moved to Africa, we think we're gonna fix our problems. No, we're gonna make the problems even worse because we haven't fixed the problems when we left North America. You gotta understand, North America is the center. It's the immune system of this planet. North America is the immune system of this planet. I mean, that's something that Chief Dan taught me. That's something that I'm just going into my higher self and just vibrating high and just going into the void and figuring shit out for myself, because I'm just like, all most of the original black people of this planet, the immune system of this planet is in North America. So why, if we know that, damn, if we living in the subtropics and all our food is coming from the tropics and coming to the subtropics, why is we not just stocking our money up and letting everything go, and all of us just get together and go back to live in South America, in Central America, in the tropics? It's because we realize this is our motherfucking land. Even though our land got raped and pillaged, even though the Lord stuff has came here to steal, kill and destroy, we cannot let the Lord stuff just take everything from us, because we was already here. We think that we came from Africa on boats and ships. We think that we was always in fucking Central America and South America and Brazil. No, we was every motherfucking where. We was in Rome, Europe, China, Russia. We was every motherfucking where. China, Japan, we was Asia, we was every motherfucking where on this goddamn planet. But even though this planet is not real, and we don't truly belong here, we going through spiritual bondage and spiritual punishment, we gotta still realize and recognize that it's a holographic projection. The journey is inside. It's not outside of you. So when you keep looking for external validations and external things to try to live comfortably on this planet, you already disconnected from the source. You can't live comfortable. You can't live a comfortable lifestyle once you have your spiritually awakening. Once you wake up out of this dream, out this matrix simulation, you cannot live comfortably no more, because you woke up out of this dream. You in the dream, you in God's dream and God's imagination, but you woke up out of this dream, like you woke, like you too woke. You only comfortable when you sleep. Everybody that sleep is comfortable. They the dumb, deaf, and blind sheep. If you want to be comfortable, just be the dumb, deaf, and blind sheep. I'm not the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I'm not the lost sheep. I'm the goat. Goat abbreviation is the greatest of all times. The Christ is the goat. The greatest of all times. So you got to be above humanity. You can't think like a human, because we not human. We all gods. Humans are gods, unconsciously aware of that. Humans are cancer cells. Humans don't have no immunity, no sovereignty, and they not self-sufficient. The gods do. The ghosts got sovereignty, immunity, and they self-sufficient. You got to adapt to your environment. If you look into the Native Americans and indigenous tribes, they live in all different type of seasons, because, like I said, every time when the lower stuff do things to manipulate weathers, creating weather towers and weather making machines to manipulate the weather in the atmosphere based on our negative energy that we all putting out into the atmosphere, and they spraying us with silver iodine and CRISPR, and spraying us with chemtrails to keep the planet cool, to protect us from the ozone layer open up from the sun beaming light through the ozone layer that can affect us and can affect nature. What are you running to? You lost. You're not understanding. Babylon, cities, warehouses, power plants. It's every motherfucking where. Where are you running to? You running nowhere. You running from your motherfucking self. So when you get confused and you keep going back, oh, I want to hear what this person say, I want to hear what that person say, that you lost, bro. You confusing yourself, and you pushing people away that truly cares a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about should we leave and go back to the tropics, this and that and the third. If we not in the tropics right now, that shit didn't work. It didn't work for us. You gotta understand, life is a simulation. Life is a simulation. Life is a movie. That movie already ended. We in a whole nother movie. We still in God's imagination. We still in the G.I.N. We still in God's imagination. But you gotta understand that that movie, them years, that shit old and outdated. You feel me? That shit old and outdated. You can't go back into the past to identify the future. You feel me? The past and the future is happening at the same time simultaneously. You gotta put them together to understand the present and the now. Don't worry about what you did in the past. Don't worry about what can you do in the future. Because the past and the future does not exist. We only living in the now. We only living in the present. What can you do right now? How can you live in harmony on this planet right now? How can you get sustainable resources right now? You won't be able to always have to grow food all the time. You won't be able to always have to live in that one location all the fucking time. But we supposed to prep. We supposed to always prep. And we supposed to always come up with solutions. Culmination, imagination, imagination. We always tell ourselves all the time. Chief always tell ourselves all the time. We don't got problems. We only got solutions. So when a person got solutions and giving you solutions and giving you details and how this shit really going to happen, and we ahead of the planet and we the source to this reality, because we tapped into the source of this reality, we tap into Chief Mind and we tap into the source of this reality. Why is you worrying about he or she or I want to hear from them, I want to hear it for them? That shit doesn't matter. What matters the most is you already hear from the source mouth already. I'm you or me in another parallel universe. I'm the reflection of you. We are the source. We shouldn't be worrying about looking for anything outside of the source if we are part of the source of the solution. Why is you worrying about hearing from other people that haven't told you anything or giving you no solutions or not helping you internally or externally? If you're around people that's not here for you externally or internally, or nobody is not coming to you about solutions, about how we're going to prep, how we're going to live, how we're going to survive, how we're going to live a sustainable lifestyle and stuff. When the world comes to an end and the economy collapse and natural disasters start happening, how we going to prepare for natural disasters? Then you are already disconnected from the source, man. You worrying about everything that's in your lower fucking self. How many times that a person got to keep sending you information after information after information after information? We should already know what to do. We should already know what to do. We ahead of humanity. We the source. We the head of humanity. All eyes on us. All eyes on us. We like on some Tupac shit. All eyes on us. We are ahead of humanity. Why is we worrying about seeking for external validation or relocated to other places outside of the country, outside of the United States of America, going back to the Tropics, and we know all that shit gonna be destroyed, and everybody trying to come here? Everybody that I talk to that's in other countries is trying to come to the United States of America because this is the Holy Land. We are already home. If you in the United States of America, you already made it. You made it. The only thing you got to do is to study the infrastructures and the economy and the government to make your next move. You already fucking made it. It does not matter if we don't got trees that's bearing fruit. It does not matter. None of that shit doesn't matter because all that shit about to come to an end. Everything about to come to an end. You got to prepare. You got to prepare for the end of this world. The end of this world ain't going to be like everything going to be destroyed and stuff like that. Civilization and life still going to be here. A lot of this world is going to be depopulated. Yes, because even if you go to other countries, they still fucking up the planet, bro. They still fucking up the planet. And everybody that's living on them countries, right, in the tropics, everybody's living in Central and South America and living in them other countries. In Africa, whatever, UK, United Kingdom, whatever, the Middle Eastern, it's still fucking up the planet. Don't you know that it's pipelines, right? It's pipelines that is that's underneath the ocean, right? It's pipelines that's flowing underneath the ocean, underneath this planet from Africa to America. Do y'all know that? It's pipeline that's flowing through Africa to America that's pumping up oil. Oil is the blood of the earth. So you think you're going to leave the United States of America and think shit's going to be all good and sweet. Oh, I leave the United States of America because I want to have all the fruit and the vegetables off the tree. Knowing that Mother Nature, this matriarch, is going to turn the fuck up and she's going to wipe this shit out. She's going to destroy, she's going to wipe this shit out, including you. So be a motherfucking runner and a track star. Like I said, like I'm not here to save nobody that's not trying to stay their motherfucking self. I'm not here to fuck with nobody that's not gonna fuck with me externally and internally. I'm not here for that shit, bro. So motherfuckers wanna be on that goofy shit, bro. Like, that's for any motherfucking body, bro. I gotta cut you the fuck off, bro. That's just what it is. Because I can't keep being around people that's gonna keep vibrating in their lower self. I got patience and some compassion for people to a certain degree. But if you always keep worrying about things that does not matter, what matters is chief. What matters is source consciousness. What matters is going back into the void. You feel me? When you go back into the void and you tap into chief mind and you be on some chief shit, you feel me? And you and you connect back and you connect back with the source to this reality. Everything, your mind, everything will be clear. And sometimes you got to get back in tune with nature. You got to connect back with your mother, because the more you connect with your mother, the more your mind will be more focused on your true purpose. Because all the information is coming from the food, from nature, from the ground. You got to be grounded. Like, that's what it is. When people be in their lower self, when people get triggered, when people want to go back and forth about information and shit, what should we do? What could we, shoulda, what? I want to see information. I don't believe this 100%. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just know you're not grounded. You're not connected back to nature. You disconnected from the source a little bit. You vibrating your lower self, because you shouldn't be want to keep going to other people to hear what they got to do or hear what they got to say. Yeah, we all tribes. Sometimes tribes don't think alike. I mean, sometimes tribes break apart from each other because some shit goes on in the world. Sometimes tribes bump heads. Sometimes tribe members decided to separate. But they still there. They still here. But sometimes tribes separate, and you can't focus on other people over there, other people over there. You got to focus on people that you got around your corner, people that's in your corner right now, people that's really fucking with you externally and internally. You can't focus on other people that's not in your corner. You can't focus on that. You being tested. It's a distraction. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused on what you already got. Be grateful for what you already got. Like, and that's what I be telling people. Sometimes people be unfucking grateful. I can see it, bro. I can see that sometimes people be motherfucking ungrateful. And I have to put this video out here, bro. I have to put this video out here. Only thing I do, if anybody around me, is just preparing people to overcome and conquer and master this whole reality, to be master teachers, to be shamans, to be master chiefs. That's it. You feel me? It's all, when you're around me, you going through training. And like I said, I can open up and I can be vulnerable to listen and learn other things from other people. Because like I said, I don't have all the answers. The only thing I got is solutions. I got answers and solutions, but I don't have all the answers. But I'm not here to bring problems to nobody's life. I'm here to bring solutions. That's it. And I understand we do make mistakes, and I don't hold that against nobody. I understand people will be in their lower stuff at times because of what's going on. Babylon is affecting them. They living in an unnatural environment. They don't have no community. You feel me? I get it. I understand it. I get it. We all going through this shit. You feel me? But at the end of the be all of this shit, Who gonna lead you? Who gonna show you the way back to nature? Who gonna show you that damn we can still survive in the subtropics? The tropics is everywhere. That's what it say, subtropics. And the subtropics is more safer than the tropics because you can get away from natural disasters. It won't. It's not. You feel me? In other countries and stuff like that, they're gonna deal with more natural disasters. It's more dangerous. The ice glaciers are melting. The sea levels are rising. Global warming. Come on, bro. This system is still running. Like the more this power grid is still running, the more they microwaving us. And the more we been affected, the more the heart of the planet of North America, United States of America, the more melanated, neuromelanated people was being more affected by this. The more everybody outside of the United States of America, other countries, is going to be affected. We got to be the ones to save. We got to be the ones to make the change. When neuromelanated people stop working, when neuromelanated people, which is black people, which is the original people of this planet where all life has come from, once we wake up and we start to realize that we are the dreamer, this whole reality is God's imagination. When we become the G.I.N and we wake up and realize that we are the dreamer within God's dream, in God's imagination, when we can fucking heal the planet. You feel me? The future is on. We are the future. We are the future. So I'm just making this video to let y'all know, like, only thing that matters is the source, man. Once you disconnect yourself from the source and worry about other things, that's when you become lost. That's when you come in your lower self. So stay focused, reflection, pick up your own. Peace, be still, and know that you God. Peace. I love myself. 3 is free.